exciting episode of Bunjay. Yeah, it's your favorite Friday evenings program on GIS TV. Of course, we have our friends joining us on GBN as per usual. And this evening, we want to say hello as well to the listeners and the viewers on the TCN network who are hooking up to GBN streaming live. Well, it's another exciting program and quite a number of interviews and information, Carnival and what have you. But of course, we start with our Bunjay news. And yeah, I am Robert White. People tell me I don't often say who I am. So yeah, I'm Robert White and we're up to the Bunjay news. So Spice Mass Corporation officially launches Spice Mass 2014. That's tomorrow at the Roy St. John's playing field beginning at 3 p.m. Now come and see an array of colors and fancy masks and traditional masks will be on display. And not forgetting the pure jab jab. Yeah, man. They'll be dancing to the songs of the local artists and they'll be kind of giving you a taste of Spice Mass 2014. The GTC Innovative Dancers or Innovation Dancers presents the Essence of Life. Also tomorrow, 31st May, but this time at the Grenada Trade Center. It starts at 5 p.m. Adults are going to be asked to pay $25. Children, only $10. The Grenada Cultural Foundation webpage and Facebook account is up and running. Interested persons can visit the website at culture.gd. That's a tongue twister and always catching me. Culture.gd. Got it right. And the Facebook page at Grenada Cultural Foundation. Or you can also, the foundation has a new feature that highlights the forerunners of Grenada's culture. And to nominate these persons for inclusion on the website and so, you can send your submissions to gcfmanager@spiceisle.com, culture.gd, or at the Facebook Foundation page. Tell you, it's a tongue twister. Now, Montgomery's breakfast is happening this Sunday, beginning at 6 a.m. Go out and enjoy some true Grenadian breakfast. Never been there, but I'm told it's really, really a nice activity. All your local foods, your bakes and saltfish and your cocoa tea and the true Grenadian breakfast. So go out and support Montgomery's. Very vibrant organization up on the hill. And of course, today is Friday, so Fish Friday happens now. But take a break and we'll be right back. Don't move.
Bunjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bunjay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bunjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Diversity.
The 21st century imperative.
Diverse in education.
Diverse in health. Accepting everyone.
For who they are, the way they are.
A message from the Wesley College Young Leaders.
Welcome back to Bunjay. Yeah, I've been practicing. Yeah, man, practicing. Well, as we promised, we have our first interview for the evening. And the gentleman is the chairman of the Spice Mass Corporation. And if you see the outfit from Bunjay, when I see him this evening, I say, welcome to the host. Because Brother Wade.
How are you doing?
Alice Sabid. Welcome to Bunjay.
Thank you for having me.
Man, you look pretty relaxed. They set like you.
I've been doing this so often for the last couple of days.
I hear you've been doing some other things too. And I heard last night that big shebang. I mean, they can't wake up this morning. I say, Bunjay, everything happening around now, but we ain't going to tell them. We ain't going to tell them you had a birthday yesterday. No, we can't tell them that. We're on TV. They're not supposed to know that.
Don't tell them the age.
Man, belated birthday greetings.
Thank you.
Good. You're welcome.
It was good.
So, boy, you have a head that would have to carry a big hat this year. I mean, I never envy the position of chairman of Spice Mass Corporation. It's a job that requires you to do a lot of coordination to make sure that you have your fingers in so many different bowls.
Yes.
And you're the man who could be blamed for everything.
That's the usual. It goes with the territory.
But how are plans going this year so far? We hear about the launching tomorrow. I mean, what can we expect?
Tomorrow we can expect a showcase of just about every aspect of Carnival. Our traditional mass, our Calypsonians, our fancy mass people will be there. All our winners from last year, our panorama champions. It's going to be great.
Good.
It's going to be great.
In
addition, we have a kiddies we have a kiddies zone, so the kids can go around. They can burn the energy on the bouncing castle and the slides and so on. So it's going to be a fun-filled family occasion.
And it's at the Roy St. John's.
It's on the Port Highway.
Port Highway.
It's on the Port Highway. It's on the road.
On the road, is it?
On the road.
So you'll be blocking up the road?
We'll be closing the road.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. No,
the streets are not wide enough.
Yeah. How are plans going? We know you're launching tomorrow, but I'll be honest with you that we are in May, to the end of May, and I'm not getting the feeling as I would like to. I'm not saying you don't hear about Carnival, and I'll be honest. Grenada is such that Carnival happens. I mean, we had a hurricane one year in June or July, somewhere around there, and Carnival happened in August. So I have no doubt in my mind that Carnival is going to happen. But I don't find I'm getting the vibe that I figure I should get around now. One such weakness, if you want to ask me, is the Calypso tents. I'm not even hearing the Calypsos. The tents are not yet organized, right? How, from where you sit, how do you view that, and how much do you know that you can tell us with respect to preparations?
I would say that I don't believe that preparations are as late as people believe. What you would normally have happening is once the launch takes place, you would find persons, as you say, they buzz their tunes at the launch.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of wait there and they let it go at the launch. It's the first big occasion for them to release. So I think tomorrow we'll be getting a taste of quite a few of the hits for 2014.
Okay.
I saw it happen last year, especially with the Soca Monarch. Last year at the launch, he actually revealed his tune, and I'm expecting quite a few of them to do that tomorrow.
Okay.
In terms of the tents, of course, we know King Ajamo is back. His tent is open. We know that Black Wizard is also arranging a tent. So a few of the tents have already started doing their stuff.
Making preparations.
But of course, you know the cost of accompaniment is a problem for some of them. So that sort of restrict the ability to have as much shows as they would want to.
Let me tell you something. You see, on that note, excuse me, I want to make a public statement that I feel Calypsonians are their own worst enemies where that is concerned. All right? Now, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. But I believe Calypsonians are their own worst enemies. Sit down and wait for sit down and do nothing for the entire year. And folks, I mean, you could vex me if you want. No problem, we could chat about it. But sit down and wait for the entire year. Do not much with respect to the organization of a tent. And then sit and wait for government subvention and quarrel when you don't come or don't come on time and do one show and two shows. I'm part of a tent, right? And I understand that culture, and I've been crying, literally crying that we need to change it. So I believe that that is one area that needs addressing. I would suggest that in your position, now certainly maybe not now, you can't do that now, but as soon as Carnival is over, have some kind of gathering at the mind, some meeting with respect to change that culture, because it can be changed. More than can be changed, I think it needs to be changed with a view to getting people to enjoy Calypso and that sort of thing.
I would agree to you to some degrees. I would not agree probably to the comment that they sit down and wait. But
well,
I believe
they stand up and wait there.
I believe that I believe that some of them, you know, it's not a career that they can earn at this point. Most of them can't earn a living strictly from Calypso. Sometimes they are mixing the other careers, and Calypso is sort of a part-time thing. But we all know that entertainment can bring you great rewards. And some of them, we are seeing some of our artists, our bigger names, we are seeing them taking it as a full-time career and doing reasonably well. So I think it's something that would change, but I think all stakeholders have to get on board with this. And that's why in recent times, there are quite a bit of collaborative efforts with the Cultural Foundation, with the Ministry of Culture, and with Spice Mass Corporation, as it relates to training and helping the artists to turn their craft into a business. I think this is what it's really about. That and the other side of the Calypso tent is getting your communities behind you. Because in the days when the Marshka was big, it's because you had buses coming from Sauters behind Inspector, you had buses coming from St. David's behind Ajamo, you had the Grenville posse coming down behind Squeezy and Randy and those guys. And it's because, the community was behind the tents. Definitely
the tent drove that kind of movement.
Definitely so.
Right? I mean, you're turning a hot button there, but we only have 15 minutes, so we can't speak about Calypso alone. Not in your post.
Although this year we really want to put Calypso and Soca under the microscope. This is going to be our major focus in terms of which sector of Carnival we focus on this year. So Calypso and Soca, definitely.
Okay. You made mention of the children will be involved, certainly with the Bouncing Castle and other things like that in terms of in the launch. What efforts are we making to get the children involved, not just when they come to just have a good time while the parents and so are enjoying the other aspects of Carnival, but to get them intertwined, to get them involved? Because I believe that we need to get the children involved as early as possible.
I agree. At the school. And I think it's a collaboration that needs to take place between Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Education. We don't have to change the syllabus. We just have to build it around our local culture. Because, for example, in the school you have creative writing. Calypso. Soca could be part of your creative writing. Music. You have craft. Making costumes could be part of your craft and your needlework in schools.
Yeah, you're saying good thing there. You're saying good
and music is a part of every syllabus.
Right, exactly.
So we just have to use our local culture and build it into our education. Exactly.
Yes.
Into our education system.
One thing we need to also introduce to is the art of wire bending and so.
Definitely.
So
and that's why I'm saying in your craft in school, arts and craft, you do your wire bending, you do your costume making. And what I would like to see is, especially for Kiddies Carnival, is to see bands coming out of the schools. And I always say that you have your history and your geography lessons, you can use that to make mass band out of it. Feathers Rebellion, I would love to see a school bringing out a Feathers Rebellion as a Kiddies Carnival band. Things like that. Because really, Carnival, although other countries might claim Carnival, if you look at the history, Carnival really came out of Grenada and St. Lucia, the countries that had a rich French heritage.
That's correct.
Unfortunately, the French settlers would have gone down to Trinidad, and Trinidad would have made it into what it is now. But really, the Grenadian and St. Lucians French settlers.
Trinidad make it the Mecca of Carnival of Calypso. I could never give a soft punch.
Yes.
Speaking of that, though, have we? Well, we're going to be launching tomorrow, so I guess we're going to probably be exposing a new theme and all of that.
And it's going to be centered around Calypso and Soca.
Oh, great. Yeah. Great. Now, money, the big dollar sign.
Yeah.
It's so important in every business, and of course, we have to start looking at the Calypso and Soca as a business. The artists, in my opinion, and not just the Calypso, the mass band and everything like that, we have to start looking at it as a business. The industry around Carnival.
And it's a huge industry. In fact, the latest figures showed for last year, for example, you had about $25 million spending in the local economy during the Carnival period. So we know that Carnival brings a lot of money into the country. Unfortunately, a lot of that money does not reach the pockets of the persons who create Carnival.
And it's because they're not organized.
They're not organized at one level. They do not see it as a business. And there's a huge market. The world is a market right now. We have social media. We can use, whereas in the past, Calypsonians had to go and cut a record and they had to get burned CDs. Now you have your iTunes and your downloads. And what they have to do is to find the avenues to get onto those things. And your music would sell for the next 40, 50, 60 years.
But you speak about the music, though. But to my mind, while the music is the center, the core of what they do, but there are also opportunities in merchandising.
Of course.
That our artists don't ever consider.
Yes, I
think. They face on a T-shirt. right? I met Brother B in Grenada, or had a good time with Brother B,
Right.
or Jamo, any name. Any
And that's something too that
Right.
the corporation is looking at. We are looking at heavily into merchandising. We have trademarked all our signs, our Spice Mass logo, the name Spice Mass. So we have trademarked all those things. And what we are looking at in terms of merchandising is not, we don't need to get in the business of retailing. All we need to do is to franchise the brand to the regular retailers, and we receive the royalties out of that. So this is one of the avenues we're looking at in terms of making extra revenue stream, because the dollar is a tight dollar these days.
Yeah, and you had to be more creative.
Of course.
We're live on Bungie, and we're speaking here with Alistair Bain. He is the chairman of the Spice Mass Corporation. And he had a work cut out for him. But of course, Carnival is a big thing, and you interface with a number of different people and a number of different sectors of the community to make it work. So it's a big challenge, but it's something that is not insurmountable. We could have the best Carnival ever.
Definitely so. And we have the safest carnival. I always use every opportunity I have to say that we have the safest carnival on the globe. I'm sure of that.
Good.
Certain of that.
What would you say to invite, because remember we are streaming live through GBN and the TCN platform. What would you say to folks? I mean, it's kind of late now because some would have planned the holidays already. But what would you want to tell them to make them pack the extra bag or come down even faster?
I would say
Or go and finish pay for the ticket?
Yes, I would say don't miss the opportunity. This is going to be a great carnival, and it's carnival and cricket. So we're giving you some serious calypso cricket this year. There's CPL here in July. There's One Day International. West Indies is playing the week after carnival. And of course, Spice Mass is going to be bigger and better.
So
come down.
So book the tickets so they could stay a day or two.
Of course,
after, because
we
have some of that
stay
cricket.
back for the cricket right after.
Good.
So it's a full package, culture and sports. And you saw us doing something for the cruise ship arrival 2 days ago on Wednesday.
No, I
we
missed
had
that.
we had all different aspects of our mass displaying in the cruise terminal, and the passengers had a wonderful time.
Wonderful.
Everyone is saying this is something that has to be on the regular cruise ship call. It's something new. It's an opportunity again
exactly.
for our stakeholders to earn a bit of dollars.
Well, and for us to promote the carnival to another
To the world,
audience.
exactly.
Because the folks who are here passing for a day or two, they probably cannot. The holidays would have been already planned. They're on the holidays.
They're on the holiday.
But if they see it early in the year, they might
could
be
come back
inspired to
next
come
year.
back, or to
to
invite
tell somebody else,
tell somebody
yes, who's planning the
So-
holiday. Because you know what happens nowadays, everybody, they go onto one of those social platforms and they make their comments, they post their pictures. So that is what we have a global audience now, and we have to maximize the use of it.
As you mentioned, how are you actually reaching the people on the outside there? How are we marketing Grenada through the social media?
We have a Twitter account, Facebook. We have a Spice Mass website, and what we are doing this year, especially with our ticketing platform, is to have it on all of the have it linked to all of the local websites like the GHT and so on. So once you go onto a Grenada tourism type platform, you can hit straight into buy a ticket or into the Spice Mass website.
Wonderful. That sounds good.
And we have
Yes.
the only carnival app. It's the only carnival that has a web-based application that you download onto your Android or BlackBerry phones, and you get your updates every day. Once we do something, you get an update on your phones.
Good. On this note, I want to congratulate you for joining us on Bungie. I want to wish you all the best for Carnival. And following you on that calypso thing, that the emphasis on calypso and the march and all of that.
You're going to see it.
Because that's my thing. I mean, I like the
I know
Carnival,
that.
but I like that.
That's your thing.
We'll be taking a break right now. We'll be right back. Don't move. Live on Bungie.
Bungie, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bungie, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bungie, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
There is still a place where untouched beauty meets soothing experiences and a warm people. It is a place where cascading waterfalls meet quiet meandering rivers to join silky stretches of white sand beaches. A place where you are greeted with the friendly smiles of the local people, while the rich aroma from the abundance of tropical fruits, fresh herbs and spices fill your lungs. A place perfect for curious minds intrigued by 18th century plantations, a water-propelled rum distillery, historical forts, and petroglyphs that are still visible today. A place where you can go turtle watching, feed mana monkeys, and marvel at water-filled craters created from extinct volcanoes. This place also allows you to enjoy perfect year-round sailing conditions while diving the world's first underwater sculpture park. This charming place is neatly situated in the Southern Caribbean and is popularly referred to as the Spice Islands of the Caribbean. These islands are Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So come visit us as we take you on a journey like never before. Come, experience the rhythms of spice.
Welcome back to Bunjay. We were just speaking before the break with Alistair Bain, and he is the chairman of the Spice Mass Corporation. Good little information about Carnival there. So. But speaking about Carnival, Tantan put on she Carnival clothes. Bunjay, you think it easy? What? Now look at Tantan and she have Tano, you cannot dress early. I mean, it's true you want to organize and kind of promote the season, but Tantan you put on the costume already. Look at Poor Boy over there. Poor Boy always in the costume. Poor Boy in the carnival suit and his shortney and things. So, yeah. Them doesn't talk to me. I know what to do again to get them to say hello to me, but I'm here vexing them. Poor Boy, Tantan, always around. Yeah? Good. Now, as per usual, every time we do a show, we have our Bunjay moment. It's one of our very interesting features of the program, because we try to capture something hilarious, and sometimes not just even the hilarity here, but it kind of makes you think and go, Bunjay. So here's what. Carnival is coming up, and people use all kind of opportunities for exercising, for, breaking down the belly and things, because they want the energy to be able to go 2 good days at Carnival, right? And some people have some very unorthodox ways of training and getting their body in tune. Take a look at this guy, right?
Bunjay.
He's practicing his dance, and he's also exercising at the same time for Carnival.
Bunjay. Bunjay.
You're telling me about unorthodox methods of preparation for Carnival? Check the boy there. Yeah, by the time Carnival come around, he could carry 5 cylinders on his shoulder. We take a break. Don't move, we'll be right back.
Bunjay, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bunjay, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bunjay, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Welcome back. Well, we try to highlight on our program every evening. We try to highlight, the talents of our young people. So you'll get to see what's happening and know that, we got talents, and to try to encourage them, give them a medium, a platform to which to show their craft. This evening's feature is a young guy doing a song named Dreamer. His name is Akeem. We want to sit back and relax and enjoy Akeem. Yeah, Akeem boy, sounding good. Congratulations on this. You know, you had me there. Just, yeah, a dreamer, man. It's sounding good. Nice little song there. We take a break, and when we come back, more live action on Bunjay.
Bunjay, it's It's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Oh, hey, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bon J, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Diversity.
The 21st century imperative.
Diverse in education.
Diverse in health. Accepting everyone.
For who they are, the way they are.
A message from the Wesley College Young Leaders.
I tell y'all, you'll learn anything. One J, you think it's easy? I mean, after all, I can't hear the drums here every week, and I can. Yeah, man, I must learn something. Welcome back to Bon J. And we're about the point in the program now where we want to connect with you on the outside. And so, yes, man, every evening we give you an opportunity to call in, connect with us. So we want you to answer a question today. 435-2636 is the number to call. Well, here your question. What are your plans for this carnival? Yeah, man, what are some of the exciting things you plan to do for this carnival? Call us, chat with us, tell us. I have a long list of things I plan to do so. The Mardi Gras, you see what comes first? Can't help it, Calypso in my blood. Then, what after that? Oh, the Mardi Gras again, but it's one the Mardi Gras show. You see, it's how I like the Mardi Gras. I mean, if there's a Queen show this year, I probably might go to it. I kind of like the Queen show too. Sit down there and listen to the ladies and so. And look at the talents again. I always like to see the ladies in the talents show. There might be some other shows I might go to for the carnival. But as things unfold, I would see where, what excites me. But I know for sure, once I'm alive and no sickness, the Mardi Gras, here I come. Can I help it? I went 1984 for the first time. And I see a presentation, I think that's what hooked me. A presentation with what's his name again? Come on, man, come on. He sang Byron. Turkey, flying turkey. And Senator running down this madman with a syringe that they make up it about having on his shoulder like a rocket launcher, trying to run down that crazy man that they're trying to subdue by giving him an injection. He jumped off the stage all through the crowd saying that behind him. I mean, that performance was off the hook. And since after the Mardi Gras every year. Right? So I know for sure that's one of the things I'm doing for this carnival. Other things may come as the excitement goes by, but the Mardi Gras, for certain. But what are you doing? Call us, 435-2636, and give us an idea what are your plans for carnival. What are some of the things you really decide, hey, I must do this carnival. Right? Another thing I know I will do this carnival is to behave myself nice and decent. Yeah. Enjoy myself, but behave nice and decent. And I want to make sure everybody make that pledge too. So one of the things you want to do is to behave nice and decent. Good. The telephone lines are going by somebody trying to get us. Hello, welcome to Bon J. Hello. Yeah, boy, we're trying to make sure we connect. I hear the phone going there. I know I ain't going off. Hey. Hello. What? Yeah. We missed that call. Yeah. Try again now. 435-2636. Yeah, man, and tell us what are your plans for this carnival. What are some of the things you decide you must do? Right? How do you plan to celebrate? Which shows you want to go to? That sort of thing. Who friends you are coming in? How you plan to accommodate them? Talk to us. Tell us what your plans for the carnival. Right? So 435-2636. That's the number you want to call as we chat about carnival and what are the plans. And while we're waiting on that other caller, because I'm sure somebody else would call. Hey, I tell you, I know they'd call. Bon J, I know me people, I know when they would call. Hello, good evening, welcome to Bon J. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Bonje. Bonje, I can't understand. Nobody talking. Is Spirit not calling or what? Hello? All right, well, we lose the call again. And the telephone going again. Somebody want to talk to us. I figure the phone line have a problem. Hello? Good evening. Welcome to Bonje. Did I hear that laughter boy? Hello?
Open.
Hey!
You tell me I want to play carnival.
You plan to play carnival this year?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Like you put on a costume like Tantan, so?
I'm playing band naked in me underpants.
Hey, wanted to go lock you up, you can't do that. You could come out like Tantan. You see Tantan outfit? You could come out so you can't play band naked.
And I'm looking for a nice girl.
You looking for a girl?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that'll happen in carnival too. I mean, what careful, you know.
Sure.
You have to be careful, eh?
Yes, I know.
Right, which shows you plan to go to?
All.
You plan to go to all the shows?
Yeah.
You go spend our money, boy. You win the lottery?
Yes.
All right, all
Bye.
right. Well, continue and have fun for the carnival. All right. So this person will call and they plan to go down the road naked. They go, here, what them and them police. Go and practice your foolishness. Put on a costume like Tantan here. So Tantan looking good. You see? Yeah. Somebody else calling. Hello? Hello and welcome to Bonje. Hello? I missed that caller again, boy. I don't understand. We ain't getting them. I figure it's something had to do with the telephone there. So. Well, let's see if we could maybe give that person an opportunity to call in once again. All right. If not, we probably may have to just take a break, and then we have another guest in studio. Yes, man, and the legendary one of Grenada's top musicians. He's young there, so you know who I'm speaking to. But I'm not going to show you who he is yet. We're going to find out after the break. So stay right there and don't move a muscle. Be right back.
Bonje, it's a cultural theme. Experience the goodness of the spice. Friday nights from 8 to 9. Culture at its best. A way of life, of customs and traditions. Bonje, hear the stories. Listen to the music. Witness the action and the old talk. A real Grenadian cultural experience. Bonje, a product of the Grenada Cultural Foundation.
Welcome back. Well, as promised before the break, we do have in studio our next guest. And as we indicated earlier on, is a legendary musician, one of Grenada's top musicians, a man who has given service in a number of different areas, but music is one that has certainly been his passion. I'm speaking of none other than James Clarkson, and he's right here. Good evening, Sir James.
Good evening.
How you doing, man? Welcome to Bonje.
I'm honored to be here, actually.
We're glad to have you. All kind of people are sitting on that seat there, quite a few, but we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you.
Thank you, thank you.
We did speak about, I mean, I introduced you as a legendary. I don't know if other people have done that, but in my opinion, you're one man who have really, really made history in Grenada with respect to your involvement in music. Only last Sunday, I was speaking with a guy who told me, say, listen, he was around Calypso 10 since the days when you just hum your tune for the musicians and they pick you up. And then he say one day, nah, we have to do better than that. We have to get everything on score sheets and so on. Let's talk to James Clarkson. And he admits, Carl Rouse, said that's how fellas started reading their music. You know, he would go to a tent and man playing to score sheets and so, right, as way back. And that certainly would have had some kind of, some development to the whole Calypso Calypso had.
Yes, I think it did because that was the first time I met Ajamo. And I did a tune for him that year called Mara Laja Bless.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the harmonies that I used in it was so different that, you know,
I remember that, yes,
you know,
yes.
And it was different, you know, because I like to do different things in music.
Right.
I don't like to be doing the same thing every year.
Yes.
I mean, you don't grow that way.
You have been involved with music right? In different areas. You have been involved with the police band for years. You have been involved with the steel band. You seem to be always in the band where music is concerned. You know? Let's speak about your exploits as the arranger for long-serving arranger for Angel Harps, and I can't remember who the sponsor is this year. You know, you normally want to make sure
Republic Bank.
Republic Bank Angel Harps, right? And you have led that band to many top positions, #1 positions in Panorama, right? What has the journey been like, and what keeps James driving, going still, as far as Pan is concerned?
Well, the journey, it was a telling one in the sense that almost 40 years I've been arranging for Angel Harps, you know, and every year I get a different feel, because I think this year especially is one of the few years that I will really arrange something for myself, get out of this judges' expectation business, because the judges come with expectation that if Robert is good, Robert is going to go too. If James is bad, regardless what James do, James is bad. So I kind of reach my limit with that, and I'm doing a tune this year that will take me out of that and just be myself and just let loose, you know. And well, the name of the tune by now is no secret, is Bring Back the Old Time Jam.
Bring Back the Old Time Jam.
You know,
I like the name.
Yeah, and it brings to you certain things,
yeah,
right, that I'll be doing. So I feel free doing it because I grew up in an era where those jams were so important and people really used to enjoy themselves. So I'm going to work it, you know, in a modern, but bringing back, or the punchline really will bring back the old time jam.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's interesting. When you take the music and you kind of showcase different eras, right? I remember one time you did something Indian bell ringer. I can never forget that. And what was interesting about that to me, we live in a that side of the world where, yes, we have Indians around here, but we in Grenada especially are predominantly Negroid, right? So you expect us to do, you know, the usual, we whine and we jam and we everything like that. But here's somebody who is going into a different culture, right, and fusing it with our own and giving us something an offering that is palatable as far as the music is concerned. And I thought that was very interesting.
Well, you see, there you go. You could remember a tune that I did more than 10 years ago. That is the objective of my creativity, that years after, you could remember what I did in certain panoramas. But there are other arrangers that you can't remember what they did last year, right? But I try to do things that will bring out that sort of thing. So when I go in front of an audience, I want them to remember certain things about the tune. I'm not going just to play for the judges, because to play for the judges, you don't develop. Because you have to stick to one criteria. And every year the judges come, you just take that out from your pot and put it there for them, right? The same set of runs, the same set of thing, you know. I don't like that, because you don't grow that way. You know, I like challenges, so I give myself challenges, right? And sometimes, to be honest, I just get a laugh from the report of the judges when they say I do certain things. I will ask the guys in the band, you know, after I read the report, I say, listen to this. Did we really do that? Because at the time, one judge would say to me on the score sheet, you should have played the melody in the tenors instead of playing it in the background. What they heard was the counter melody.
All right, and I'm glad you raised that point, because it speaks to the ability or lack thereof, right? And while we're not necessarily knocking any particular judge or so, but we're making a point with respect to people's suitability for the job that they're offered for. The job in this particular case, judging, right? Would you say, in your opinion, that, and people might want to put stones behind it tomorrow, but
That's
sometimes you
okay.
have to tell it as it is.
That's okay.
Would you say that we have, over the years, gotten people who really suit the job that they offer themselves for?
Well, I wouldn't say so, because you must have a certain amount of understanding of the job. I give you one point in particular. There was a year a judge came in the Panyard to do some Panyard judging. And in those days, I never did my introduction, not till I finished the tune, I do the introduction. So he came, and then he giving us some analysis of the thing. And he said, you all had such a lovely introduction. Well, when he said that, I asked one of the other guys to go and speak to him, because I don't think that he knows what he's speaking about. At the introduction, you go and speak to him. You pretend to be the arranger and go and speak to him. Because I couldn't have a discourse with somebody coming and tell me that. I mean, he insulting my. Well, I don't know which one of us he's insulting. Certainly not me, but he probably insulted himself.
Right.
To say that I had such a beautiful introduction, and there was nothing like an introduction.
But again, maybe his interpretation of what he heard.
You understand?
Right.
This is, but that's a different topic. But you see, the kids really keep me motivated when I look at them. And they're eager to learn. And trust me, I just give them some difficult things to play. And when they're there and they're just eating this thing up. And even this year is even worse, because now they're in the electronic age. And you showing them something and they catch it like this. Yeah. Just like that, as though they're on a computer. But that's the way they catch things now, you see? So it encouraged me to do plenty more things, So I feel very happy about this year. I feel very confident.
Tell me, if you were to say the steel band has gotten to its zenith, it has reached a stage where it has really been an accomplished part of our art form, well developed, and so, what would that position be? What would some of the things that you need to see happen for you to get to that point where you can appreciate, yes, steel band has really gone where I want you to go?
Well, one of the things that we need to we need to, at least the audience, the crowd, sort of brings out the best in the band. And we are not seeing that, so you have that kind of, space between what we're doing and what should be thing, and then to me, there's a lack of, for want of a better word, respect for the pan movement, for the panists. Because here we are working day in, day out, right? Months.
And long hours.
Very long hours. The kids going to school, and sometimes straight from school they come into the pan house and thing, right? And on the night of our show, what they do, you have other shows fighting with that, So no respect for your national thing here, right? And this, until this is happening, until this starts to happen, you can't say that we have arrived, because we need that audience participation to make the pan movement grow. Because you have a lot of kids, and the kids bring out their parents and this other thing. So you have, it's a big, big sacrifice. I see the last thing in Tantine there, the last pan expression. I noticed some parents coming with their kids, and they're walking with their uniform, very proud to walk with it for the kids to perform, and the day with them, this sort of thing. So it's critical that we get that sort of movement.
I am happy to see that you have maintained that outreach program that involved the kids. I'm happy to see that, because that is one show of ensuring continuity.
Oh yes.
I would like to see, well, in St. George's you have a couple of the steel bands, and strong steel band movement in St. George's. I would love to see that extended throughout the rest of the island. Because I believe when you get to the stage where, and I think there was a time in Grenada's history when there were a lot of the parish bands kind of thing.
Oh, yes.
If we get back to that stage where there's some of those, then it probably would help to generate that kind of interest. Because the point I hear you making, I think there are other aspects of our culture that suffers in similar way. The Calypso art form, in my mind, suffers, and I tell the point I'm getting at here, where there's a surge around Carnival time, and then there's a fall again, until next Carnival again. In short, there's not as great a connectivity between carnivals to help to keep that momentum and keep your audience with you. So, for example, with the steel band movement, I think the weekend kind of shows at maybe the specific venues within the town, outside in other parishes, and so would help to give people an appreciation for steel band outside of the big shows at Carnival season.
As you say, you need that sort of continuity, and trust me, if the parishes do get involved, the movement will just blow. Because the people in the outer parish, when they have something to support, they support it.
Yeah.
They support it real thing, right? And as long as that is happening, then they will outshadow what is taking place in the thing, because in St. George, everything is too centralized.
Yes.
Yes. And like, we need to get more rangers out and this sort of thing, to the different places and things, because bands are a very costly thing,
I had another a ranger here, and I was shocked at some of the prices he quoted with respect to obtaining pans. Man. So it means that you definitely need to attract and do things that attract the support of the business community. And I'm not just speaking about just the big, players, but there are some of the smaller businesses that could, even if you chip in with a section of a band kind of thing. I don't know.
Because even in Trinidad, you had bands that have 3-4 sponsors.
Right. That's what I was speaking about.
3-4 sponsors, and each band section will have the name of the sponsor on the line in order to keep that thing going. Because Dr. Williams mandated the business people at the time to sponsor a steel band, because bands were very violent in those days. Because I remember being in I was playing for All Stars at the time.
In Trinidad?
Yeah.
Okay.
And bottles flying all over the head. And you had to be there playing. It was a crazy thing. Can you imagine you playing and you hear ping, ping, ping?
That was some notes on top of it too?
Yeah. Had a ranger in the back, a ranger in the front.
On this note here, while we speak about the notes on the top, I want to thank you for joining us on Bonje and ask you to please remain on the sets as we view now our iconic feature video for the evening. We try to ensure that we promote as much as possible our local acts too, and some of our folks who have done videos, we try to promote it. This evening we have the Flying Turkey doing Isabella. Yes. So, sit back, enjoy Flying Turkey with Isabella.
Whoa, yeah, Alabadi Bambe. Whoa, way, bim bam 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 bim. The DJ jamming every soca, and everybody watching Isabella. She is a beauty, pure artistry, not a crooked line, a creation of the divine. Attractive and tempting, the life of the party. Only one thing puzzling me, where she getting the energy to party so? Where she getting the energy? I want to know. The DJ start to play, Isabella break away. Don't know what to say. She jump above, the people shout, hiya Isabella, hiya. Making a scene, a soca queen, hiya Isabella, hiya. high up she head.
Yeah.
Higher Isabella, higher. She on the floor, calling for more. Higher Isabella, higher Isabella, oh. Isabella, oh. Give them a taste, sweet wire wings. Higher Isabella, higher. Stay in the groove, I so come on. Higher Isabella, higher.
Whoa, yeah. Alabali Bambe, party man. Yeah. Bim, bam, 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 bim.
Anytime that she wave or smile, well, Isabella sending them fellas wild. She's spreading fire in Grenada, but the carnival, nobody could stop she at all. Every evening she gone, partying until dawn. In Fantasia 2001. How she getting the energy to party so? Where she getting the energy? I want to know. The way she looking bright, like she want to party all night. Girl, you dynamite, moving about till Oti shout. Higher Isabella, higher. DJ Harrow, run the tempo. Higher Isabella, higher. She and she goes with Comanchero. Higher Isabella, higher. Down Melville Street, the burning heat. Higher Isabella, higher Isabella, oh.
Boy, Isabella get on. You hear that conquer Isabella there? I mean, any man showing how Isabella getting on, you see waist? That was Flying Turkey, that tune Isabella. I don't remember the year, but obviously that was a performance at Fantasia. You see the signing thing? Yeah, man. And people are having fun, enjoying themselves, good music. We still have on set James Clarkson, and we're just about the point where we want to wrap up. We were really happy to have you on set with us this evening. Peter, we couldn't speak about so much other things. I mean, when we get James Clarkson on set, we're supposed to speak to him for 3 days. But what are any parting comments with respect to the culture, the steel band movement, or any aspects of the greatest culture?
You know, I don't speak about culture in these terms because to me, culture is not just a piece of this and a piece of that. You know, culture is a whole, the way you live, the way everything is. So when somebody tell me that they want a piece of culture here, they don't offend me. It means that they don't understand what is going on. The way how somebody walk, the way they talk, you know, the way we greet each other. That's a culture.
The food we eat.
That's it. You know, that is the whole thing up. You know, but because a people without a culture is like a tree that can't bear fruits.
That's correct.
You know,
that's correct.
You have nothing, and we need continuity. That's why we need the young people to. We have the experience, they have the energy, and we have to pass it on for them. So at some point in time, then we'll have no the experience, and while we're sitting down below 6 feet or some kind of thing, watching at them, they will be the ones in the experience, and their kids now coming up with the energy. So we need them to come out and do the thing, and we have to support them.
Thank you very much, James. That was parting comments from James Clarkson, our final guest on set this evening. We want to thank you for joining us. I'm Robert White. It's a pleasure being here with you. We want to thank as well our studio hands, technicians, and we want to also thank you, our viewers, who stayed with us for the entire 1 hour. Even if you joined us along the way, we still appreciate having you. Be good to yourself. Remember Carnival launch tomorrow, and there's also another activity, Spice Innovative Dancers, I think, Innovation Dancers, sorry, in the Trade Center. Whatever it is, go out, have fun, be clean, be good, take care of yourself. See you next week.